So we'd like to start off with something that was a song that was deeply moving for me, and a film that was deeply moving for me. This, was a big reflection on my life. I was actually subsection leader in the New York Black Panther Party, the Harlem branch, famous for the Panther 21, Tupac's mom and everybody. And just this film really was just incredible. It was a powerful, powerful film and a powerful song. The song is Fight For You from Judas and the Black Messiah. DeMille is an incredible singer-songwriter, producer, musician, and accomplished pianist, guitarist, bassist, and drum. I mean, this dude just doesn't stop. He's collaborated on a massive list of hits and artists, including Rihanna, Justin Bieber, Mary J. Blige, Diddy, Brandy, Celine Dion, Nico and Vin, Trey Songz, Chris Brown, T.I., and Rick Ross. His writing and production have earned him numerous Grammy noms and wins, including Best Urban Contemporary Album for the historic and first joint gold album of Jay-Z and Beyonce. This year, he earned 4 Grammy nominations and 1 for the Song of the Year, along with her and Tiara Thomas for the powerful song, I Can't Breathe. Tiara Thomas. Tiara is a Grammy Award-winning songwriter, producer, and deaf guitarist. Her career as a performer and songwriter includes, while still in college, collaborating and performing with Wale on the single Bad, which soared to the top 25 of the Billboard Hot 100, and also lifted Wale's album, The Gifted, to #1 on the Billboard Top 200. She continued as a performer and a songwriter and earned a Grammy Award for her contribution to Her's self-titled album, Her. In addition to touring worldwide with her, Tiara co-wrote Avenue, Lost Souls, featuring DJ Scratch, the platinum-selling Slide featuring YG, and the provocative and powerful call for change, I Can't Breathe. Before I throw it to my friend Paul, I just want to ask both of you, I don't care who answers, were you familiar with the story of Fred Hampton before you embarked upon this project?
No, obviously I knew about the Black Panthers, but I didn't know that story. I didn't know that specific story. And so when we watched the movie, I was disturbed. I was mad. And I was like at home at like 2:00 in the morning in the dark, researching on my phone, trying to find any documentary or article I could find about it, just because, I was like, dang, that's so crazy that we didn't learn about that in school so.
Yeah, this was so moving to me because at the time I was very young. I was 16 years old and I was a Panther. And I remember when we heard the story, obviously, we heard it, through the grapevine and through our central committee. But I learned in the film and also after researching that the only shot that was fired outside of their house was the shot from the gun falling and hitting the floor after he'd been shot through the heart. Not Fred, but the brother who answered the door. And that was like, wow. Whenever you do film or music or art of any sort, and it's entertaining as well as didactic, it's just incredible. I mean, how did you? I'm going off script now, but this is like part of my life. How did you feel as artists writing something like that? Because that you were telling a story that in a strange way has been hidden from Americans. It's actually a story that's been hidden from the world for 50 years. When we were kids, they were, telling a whole different story about something that we knew was true. We knew that the story that you guys were telling is the true story, but America was told a totally different story.
I agree with you. I think for me personally, I was invested. We watched the movie in the studio, me, her, and DeMille. We watched the movie in the studio. And I was like, like I told you, I was disturbed as I was even watching the movie. So even the fact that we had the opportunity then to decide what note the movie was going to end on, after seeing what we saw and just getting a couple of notes from the director. They didn't want the song to be anything that was sad, that would make you, feel sad or disappointed after watching it. They wanted it to be something that was uplifting. And so I think for me, it was cool to see something like that because, a lot of the time you're at home and you watch a movie that makes you feel emotional and you don't have anything to do with it. But in this case, we actually had something to do with it. And it was our job to come up with the song for the end title. So I thought that was a privilege, especially for something that was hit so close to home for me. You know, I'm from Indiana, and you know, this took place in Chicago. So I'm like, dang, how did I never hear about this? So
Right.
yeah, I don't know about D-Mile, where you were at.
Yeah, no, for me, like, like Tiara said, we were in the studio. So even when I just got the call, I didn't know what I was getting into. And we were lucky enough to watch it there before we started on the song. And as we were watching, it was like the more we got into the movie, the more serious I'm like, oh no, this is really important. And for me, I guess I felt a little pressure, especially toward the end, because they didn't want something sad, and that's all I was feeling by the time the movie was over. So to do something uplifting after that was just like, how am I gonna do this? But thank God, we all came together, and we all worked together to kind of figure it out. And really, it started with her picking up the bass, and she did some lick, and that was just like enough for me to be like, okay, I think I got something. And then it just kind of flowed, and that whole energy in the room just kind of flowed, and that's what happened.
So did the director, Shaka King, have any suggestions, or did they, or was it just up to you as a team to collectively go where your hearts told you to go?
We went where we wanted to go. I think we listened to, we were listening to Marvin Gaye, just like getting in a vibe of, because I think we did want to be in the same realm, the time frame of when the movie was taking place as far as musically. And then, D-Mile, myself, as well as her, we all love music from that era, the percussion, the raw organic sounding instruments. So we were all in agreement with going that way. Yeah, we all wanted to go that way. And then when they said, don't make it sad, we just automatically thought to, do something that was, with some tempo. And I just want to say, it was actually, we were laughing in the studio because D-Mile was sitting there and we were just like, all right, time to come up with something after we got done watching the movie. And he's just like, all right, no pressure.
Right. It was like 12 too. Yeah. It was like 12 at night, and I was just like, how am I gonna do this? But we took 15, 30 minutes to kind of just vibe, and then we got straight to it. And as soon as we started, it just seemed easy from there.
Me and D-Mile and her and I have worked together before, and I've worked with her on tons of songs. So it's very natural, like our creating process. Really, we just, her and I, when we write, we just go line for line. It's like bar for bar, like, okay, how about this? And then she does the next line. It's just like back and forth. And yeah, so the whole process is kind of very organic.